Hey, excuse me. I work for Black Lives Matter. Since I work for that company, my CEO has told me to come out today and to bring you on your knees because you have white privilege. So if they see that a white person is getting on their knees, that shows solidarity for the situation. And could you just please apologize for your white privilege?
I am. I'm trying to think of the right words to say because that's a big thing to say.
It's big.
It comes from.
It's large in this country.
I'm incredibly sorry.
Today we're going to be talking about a very important subject that I think every single last person should be aware of and should acknowledge. But I have yet to see someone acknowledge this certain topic, so that's why I'm here. The topic of conversation today is virtue signaling. What is virtue signaling, Dave? I'm glad you asked. Well, a good example of virtue signaling is if a person widely proclaims on social media that they strongly support a certain cause just because they want to show others how caring they are. In other words, their only claim for this certain cause is if they put it on social media. So today I have a few clips I'm gonna show you guys of what virtue signaling is. As the video goes on, I will be giving you my input about white people virtue signaling because I honestly, as a black person, I can't stand it. I feel like it's fake love. I feel like it's degrading. I feel like it's not honest. So without further ado, let's get straight to the video.
What's up, white people and the rest of you motherfuckers? I'm starting a trend. Look what I got. 1, 2. Oh, show them the bag.
Gotta see the bag.
Hashtag apology lunch. Go find yourself a black person and buy them some food. Hashtag apology lunch.
All right, listen. If a white person ever come up to me and says, yo, I want to buy you lunch, my first thought is to say, yeah, oh my God, thank you so much. That means a lot. Not a lot of people reach out and ask to buy me lunch, so thank you. And I would ask them why. Why are you buying me lunch? Why are you showcasing this nice gesture? And if they open their fucking mouth and says, it's because of slavery, I honestly can't say what I would do because I'm on YouTube and I gotta follow their community guidelines. But if that ever happens, I would probably slap them, to be honest with you. You're gonna feed me Burger King because you feel bad about slavery and you're gonna put me on camera? It comes off a little disingenuous, don't you think? If you're gonna buy me lunch out of the kindness of your heart. Don't buy me lunch because of slavery. Don't buy me lunch because of my skin color. Don't buy me lunch because you feel bad for me. Buy me lunch because of a nice gesture. So the whole movement about buy a black person lunch, I want to know this. Is this supposed to be like an apology for slavery? Is this supposed to be an apology for white people and the homicide and the genocide they did towards black people? Is that what it's supposed to be? Because I feel like if anything, it'll be more than lunch. I feel like it's a slap in the face, if anything. I don't think buying someone lunch is a good apology, but we move on.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
I stand against hate.
It is time to take responsibility.
I'm with that. I think we all stand against hate. I think we all should acknowledge hate when we see it. I don't think we should ignore it and pretend it don't exist. But what are you apologizing for?
As a white woman, aware of my own privilege in this country, I am so angry. And I can't even begin.
Yeah, you're angry? Yeah, quit your job and let a black person do it. Let's see how angry you are. If you're really that angry where you could get on stage and cry, give a black person your job. I feel like this whole thing is just a sham to further divide us.
Why are you guys removing Black Lives Matters graffiti?
We're just trying to take care of the Yeah, we tried over there and it wasn't coming off. It's still one of those coming off.
But why do you want that to come off?
Well, because it's a federal building. Yeah, it's just a vandalism.
But so you don't care about Black lives then?
Not at all. That's not at all.
That's not what she means. That's not what she means. If I own okay, let's put this in context. If I'm black, right, and I own a building and some motherfucker put BLM on my shit, we gonna have some problems. Are you gonna confront me to not remove the BLM paint on my building that I worked hard to get? I don't give a fuck if it said Mexican lives matter. You better erase that shit off my building. You can't stamp your logo on a fucking business. That's not how that works. And those 3 ladies that's washing it off does not mean they don't like black people or they hate black people. That's not what it means. Stop trying to flip the narrative and make them seem like they're the bad guy. They're actually the good guys. Like, hey, you can't put this shit on a public building. Like, we get it. Black Lives Matter. But this is a business. Somebody work hard to own this shit. Somebody work hard for this. You can't just stamp your logo on there. How would you like if I put Dave at your house because my life matter? Would you leave it up? No, you'll probably wash that shit off the next morning. So why are you giving these ladies shit about doing the right thing? You people make me sick.
That's what this.
Carefully, do you care about Black Lives?
Not enough to leave up a message.
You don't disagree with the message, ma'am. It's just on the building. We're just trying to clean it.
Right. Not a great way to use your white privilege, ladies. Not a great. That's disgusting.
Excuse me. Hey, excuse me. I work for Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry. I work for Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry that I scared you. But since I work for that company, my CEO has told me to come out today and to bring you on your knees because you have white privilege. So if they see that a white person is getting on their knees, that shows solidarity for the situation. And could you just please apologize for your white privilege?
I am. I'm trying to think of the right words to say because that's a big thing to say.
It's big.
It comes from.
It's large in this country.
I'm incredibly sorry.
Oh my God. All right, let's do it like this. I made a video a few months back. I was talking about racism in America. Here's a short clip of this. This video is about a racist man who leaked his address and had to pay the consequences. Now, if you're going to be racist, at least don't leak your address. I remember when I made that video and a lot of black people, of course, came to me and said, hey, man, hey, brother, there is such thing as white privilege. It exists. It affects us today. And I would always have the same argument and tell them, I do believe certain white privilege exists, but can you give me an answer for when it doesn't exist? I give an example. Most of my white friends are broke and their parents are making like 30 to 40K a year. So for me, yes, to an extent, I think that white privilege exists. I think it's natural that if you're a CEO and you see someone that looks like you climbing up the ladder, of course, you're going to want to help them. I think it works to that extent. But to the broke white people that didn't have shit growing up, that had to work hard, just as hard as me, to get to where they're currently at, where's their privilege? Is it everybody that has white privilege, or is it just the one that benefit off, quote unquote, the system? That conversation gets confusing to me. So in other words, yes, white privilege exists, but we're not gonna act like majority of white people are rich, because they're really not. Most white people are struggling the same way we're struggling. So to put this all in context, so the lady that just kneeled down for Black Lives Matter, I love how the government took the blame off them and put it on white people. Hear me out now. I know this is going to sound crazy. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know this is going to sound crazy. Was it not the government that instilled slavery and racism to the people? Was it not the government? Was it not the government that taught racism to the public? They wrote laws like, oh, black people are third of a human. You can own slaves. The government even has a Bible that promotes slavery that we still follow today. So when did we stop blaming the government for the segregation of white people and black people? When did that stop? When did it become just white people? To me, it will always be the system. I will never blame an individual or the same color. I blame the system. Now, some people might call the system white supremacy. Some people might call the system the government. But me, as an individual, I can never blame my white counterparts. I can never blame my white colleagues, my white friends, my white neighbors for racism. I would never tell them, get on your knees and apologize for what your people did to me. I could never do that. because they were part of the same system. Now, I know some motherfuckers in the comment section is going to be like, oh, well, Dave is defending white people. Oh, he's a coon. Oh, he's that. Bro, I would debate anybody on my channel live to have a conversation about where did racism starts and who instilled it. I would have a conversation with anybody with that. So this act that I'm seeing of white people getting on their knees and begging for apologies, bro, it's all fake. Why are we steering blame away from the government? It's them. They started this shit. They wrote the laws to enslave black people in the first place. They set the rules. They set the standards. They taught you how to hate me. You was taught that. So how can I blame you? I can't blame you. Racism and hatred was taught. It was taught to the people. It was served on a platter to the people. That's what it is. So this stuff about white people kneeling down, apologizing, it's fake. It's fake. It's a fraud. You've been lied to. You've been manipulated. They took the blame away from them. The government don't give a damn about the people, white or black. They don't give a damn. There's records in history where the US government wanted to take over some country, I think Iraq, some third world country. They wanted to take over that area, a certain area of that country. So they bombed their own people and blamed it on Iraq just to have a reason to go to war. The government, see, let me stop talking because I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned. Let's continue because I already got a strike on YouTube. Let me not continue. If y'all want me to keep talking about this, we could talk about it on Patreon, but I can't talk about this on YouTube.
We ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
We're grateful to have the mayor of Los Angeles with us, who understands the importance, sir, watch out please, sir.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
And do everything in my power to educate my community.
And do everything in my power to educate my community.
I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
All right, y'all. That's the end of that video. Listen, I don't think, like, I'm with the unity. I'm with the, you know, hey, let's stop hate crime. Hey, let's do better. Let's treat everybody equal. I'm with that. I would never go against something positive, right? If it's for the betterment of our people, if it's for the betterment of society that we stop hatred together, I'm with that. But don't single out an individual group of people, most certainly white people, to make them feel like they're the problem. Because like I just said, I honestly blame the government 100%. But here's a concept for you guys. If I was white and a black person come up to me and say, hey man, you gotta apologize for slavery because you did my people wrong, I'm gonna tell them, get the fuck out my face. My people did something bad to you. I'm aware of that. But you're not about to have me walking on eggshells every 30 seconds. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm broke. You're broke. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. Treat me as human. My ancestor did something fucked up. I acknowledge it like a billion times, but I'm not gonna continue doing that. All right? And you gotta stop being a victim. I'm out. Before you go, I recently made a Patreon. So if you guys are interested, the link in the description below. That's where I will be posting most of my controversial content from now on. So I'd appreciate it if you join. Thank you. If you like that video, I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So like, share, and subscribe and get me there. Thank you.